What up? How's it going? Today we are going to take that if you're ugly, then you gotta be confident. You can't be, ugly and not confident. That doesn't work that way. Anyways, it's completely understandable. Sometimes we do feel ugly because there is always this beauty standard that runs around, which could be cultural, regional, and whatever, right? Let's say if you live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, we do have the beach culture over here. So what is the beauty standard in Rio? You gotta be thin or you gotta be a muscle body, and you gotta be tanned and pretty. And if you're pale and like a blob like me, you just simply don't fit the beauty standard of the region. So the only way that you can actually pass through whatever bullshit you're going through is through confidence, right? You gotta be confident. So in this video, we're gonna be talking on a few topics, and more precisely 3 different topics with subtopics over here. And we will be talking about on how to cultivate your confidence. Okay, I'll be reading a few things here and there. Those are small things, but I will be making the comments as I go. So the very first one, the first chapter that we got to get into is that beauty is subjective and ever-changing. Just understand that wherever you are right now, whether that you may be in the US, you may be in the UK, you may be in China, as I said, beauty standards are regional. So what may be beautiful for one area may not be beautiful for other. You may just not be in the right market. Okay. Or it may be people value a whole lot of, if you're foreign in a different place, guess what? Your beauty standards, you may actually get a whole lot more attention just because you look different than the normal. But just understand that the trends fade. So trends come up, which we could use as an example of clothing, makeup, hairdos, and whatnot. So they come in today and they might be different tomorrow. And the society's perception of beauty is heavily influenced by media, trends, and cultural norms, as I just said. And they are not fixed truths. So let's say back in the 90s, it was this standard that you have a shaved face, a clean cut look. And nowadays, it seems that having a beard is more acceptable than not having a beard. Isn't that weird? And if you think about maybe about 100 years ago, it was actually in to have a beard. So, second subtopic is that personal taste varies immensely. What one person finds unattractive, another might find captivating. Think about art. People have vastly different preferences, and that's okay. Your unique features might be someone else's ideal. So just think about this. So let's say I'm going to put it here, something that may be off-putting for some other people, but for me, it's completely okay, right? So let's use the gay picture as an example. You do have the jocks, which are those guys who are completely muscle models, and we also got the bears, and those are complete opposites. But the jocks are usually those guys were completely clean cut muscle bodies, and we also got the bears who are chubby guys. But guess what? They have a market out there. Even if you're a chubby guy like me, there will be a market for you. Don't look at my nipples, by the way. Look at my nipple right now. Look at this. It's hard. My nipple is hard. My nipple is hard 24 hours, 7 days a week. But anyways, yeah. Personal taste varies immensely. Sometimes you may have somebody who may look like a jock, but they actually enjoy a chubby person, a bear, right? So it's completely okay. People like different things. They got different tastes. They got different cultures, and that's okay. Just remember that inner beauty shines brighter. Genuine attractiveness often comes from personality, kindness, intelligence, passion, and a positive outlook. These qualities are far more enduring and impactful than superficial appearance. And that is completely true. What is worth having a beautiful face for about 10 years or a shitty ass personality that will last you a lifetime? It is much better to have a much better personality than, being a shitty ass person. That wins 10 out of 10. You just gotta have a good personality. You just cannot be a fucking young ass bitch who's talking badly of people who are a little bit older than you. Because you do forget that you're gonna get old too, motherfucker. But anyways, inner beauty shines way brighter than outer beauty. A nice personality is way much better than a nice face, because your nice face will fade away one day and your personality will not. And life comes by and you will have a surprise. All right, next topic. Number 2, confidence is about your inner state and not external validation. So just know that confidence is a choice, okay? It's a mindset you cultivate. It's about believing in your worth and capabilities, regardless of how others perceive your looks. So let's talk about on how one feels about themselves. This is about knowing who you are, knowing what your values are. I actually made a video earlier about on how confidence is key and being able to allow yourself to be seen in a bad light or negatively. Just understand that once you know exactly who you are and what you stand for, other people's opinions will not really matter that much to you. You just got to learn how to filter and learn who you're actually going to listen, someone who has no report whatsoever in your life should have no power whatsoever to bring you up or down. A stranger's opinion really do not matter unless you're asking for it. You should focus on what you can control. You cannot change your fundamental features overnight, but you can control your attitude, your actions, and how you treat others, and how you present yourself throughout your style, hygiene, and energy. So this is all about presentation. You can focus on what you can control. So let's say I'm gonna look at myself over here right in front of the camera. So we got someone wearing glasses, someone with a fucking huge ass hair, that is being covered by a hat. We are covering this because, we need to get a barber, but the damn ass barber, fucking dumbass, is not available right now. He told me to come back later. I'm still waiting for his fucking call. And goddamn barber who's waiting for people to come back because he wants to make a fucking list and doesn't want to help people who are right in front of him, motherfucker. But yeah, focus on what you can control. If you don't like glasses, you can use contact lenses. If you don't like the way you look at your teeth, you can always use, those little thingies that you fix your teeth, or you can have a surgery, but you gotta have money for that shit. So please drop me a donation so I can fix this beauty one day. Self-acceptance is the foundation. The journey to confidence often starts with accepting yourself, flaws and all. This doesn't mean complacency, but rather acknowledging your reality without judgment. What the fuck does that mean? So you gotta accept that if you don't look like the standard that people are looking for, that's what you got. And maybe it should be a better, or you may have better chances going to a different ecosystem where you're actually going to be accepted. Okay. And you gotta acknowledge that, but not in a way that it's bad, not in a way that you judge yourself for not having a certain type of look. It is just what you look like right now. And that's about it. If you want to look like a jock, guess what? You can go to the fucking gym. What's the problem with that? Shit. You don't want to go to a gym? Do you think a gym is a fucking waste of time and you shouldn't be spending money on a gym membership? You can start exercising at home. You can go outside, get your ass out of your damn bedroom and start walking so you can lose some dumb ass weight, Alan. All right, next topic. Your worth is not tied to your appearance. You're more than your looks, your intelligence, your talents, your humor, your kindness, your experiences, your passions. These are all integral parts of who you are. Focusing solely on appearance diminishes the richness of your entire being. So do not be a superficial bitch. Okay? Do not be a superficial bitch. You are much more than fucking looks. If you're chubby like me, if you got a ugly ass beard like me, just remember that you do matter. Intelligence is much better than anything else out there. You know, you can't be ugly and dumb. You gotta be ugly and smart. Just do that, okay? Because ugly and dumb is not okay. Pretty and dumb, okay, that's acceptable. But ugly and dumb is not. So let's change that. Jesus. What do you bring to the world? Think about your skills, your contributions, your ability to connect with others. These are the things that truly define your value. So what do you bring to the world? Drop me down in the damn comments. What do you bring to the world? What do you think that you bring to this world? Do you speak in front of a camera to other people so they can feel better about themselves? Yes or no? What is all about? What do you have all about? Just drop it in the comments. Do you help the poor? Do you help other people feel more confident about themselves? Do you slap them in the face here and there with a little love? That's what I do, and I love it. Past experiences can be reframed. If you've been told that you're ugly or had experiences that made you feel that way, it's crucial to recognize that these were often projections of others' hang-ups or societal pressures, not objective truths about your inherent worth. What the fuck are those words? Those are really difficult words. Goddamn. But anyways, what the fuck does that mean? So just because somebody thought that you're ugly, it does not mean that you're necessarily ugly. You're just ugly to that person in particular. You're just not their type. And that's completely okay. It's completely okay to not be somebody's type. And some people may get a whole lot of, offers. Some people don't get a whole lot. But guess what? As I said, you just haven't hit your market. You just got to find your market out there. If you're a boy, there are people that likes, certain types of people. If you're a girl, there are people who like certain types of people. You just got to find the right ones. All right. And you should not let yourself be down because you cannot find the right niche. How to cultivate confidence. We got to find out now how to cultivate confidence. Number one, we got to get started with challenge negative self-talk. Become aware of your inner critic. When you notice a negative thought about your appearance, ask yourself, is this true? Is this helpful? Replace it with a more neutral or positive affirmation. So what the fuck does that mean? Just know how to filter whatever the fuck people tell you about your appearance. Okay? Or even if you do have a negative thought about your appearance, is that true? Is that really what you see? Or is that really subjective? You know? Is that subjective? Is it helpful? Is it something that people actually care? Or is it only you care about? Ask others if you feel like having an opinion. So why not? And maybe you should be a little more positive with yourself, because also, why not? Focus on your strengths and qualities. Make a list of all the things about you like about yourself, your past personality traits, your skills, your accomplishments. Regularly remind yourself of these. So if you got a big old butt, guess what? Maybe you should favor clothes that make your butt look bigger. If you got big old titties, maybe you should wear some clothes that will favor those parts of your body. If you do have a pretty face, so why not focusing on this area over here? Okay? And then you make this look extremely good, or make this look extremely good, or your butt looks extremely good, and you go out there and get some. But just know that you should focus on your stuff and your personality too, okay? Because sometimes it may be ugly, but you might have a big old dong, or you may have a big old badonkadong. Invest in self-care. This isn't about conforming to beauty standards, but about feeling good in your own skin. This can include physical health, eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep. When you feel physically strong and healthy, it boosts your overall confidence. And that is very much true. Make sure you're sleeping well. Make sure you're eating well, because all those things will improve your mood. And if you improve your mood, guess what? You start feeling prettier. You start feeling better. You start having a better demeanor in front of other people, and you will attract other people by your personality and not necessarily by your looks. Grooming and hygiene. Taking care of yourself in this way shows self-respect. So let's say if you need a fucking haircut, go to the barber. If you need a fucking beard trim, go to the fucking barber. I'm trying, guys. I'm really fucking trying. But this motherfucker doesn't want to get money. I hate him right now. God damn it. And take a damn fucking shower. Okay? It does not matter where you live. You gotta have at least one fucking shower a day. Don't be a fucking pig. If you wanna be a fucking pig, that's all good. But don't be a full-time pig. All right. I've seen people out there. I had a friend of mine where I was flabbergasted because he told me one day that he could go 2 to 3 days without a fucking shower because he did not want to waste his skin. Too many showers are bad for you. That's what he said. And I was flabbergasted. Don't fucking do that. Have at least one shower, at least one shower a day. If it's cold, if it's warm and hot and sweaty, maybe 2, 3. Okay, that's the acceptable. Oh, Alan, we gotta save the planet. No, you gotta save the planet, but you gotta save also my fucking nose. Okay, if you like the piggy stuff, it's all good, but just do it in private. Do your piggy stuff in private. Don't do your piggy stuff out in public. For fuck's sakes, just do it in private and it's all good. I'm not gonna judge you. But if you're out in public, out in society, you gotta have a damn shower for the love of God. Put on some deodorant, some fucking perfume, cologne, whatever. But do it. And that was not a fart. That was my chair. Dressing in a way that makes you feel good. Find clothes that fit well and reflect your personal style. Not just what you think it will make you attractive. Remember when I was just talking about, wearing clothes that will favor your body parts or make them look good? If you feel like you look good in blue or you look good in red, just do so. As long as you feel good, because if you feel good, then you become more confident. And why not be more confident, right? Develop your talents and passions. Pour your energy into things you love to do. Excelling in a hobby, mastering a skill, pursuing a passion can be incredibly empowering and build immense self-worth. So, you see this here? I'm just putting my time and energy into public speaking, and hopefully someone will see this video. Someone will see this video, and they will get some sort of value out of this. Maybe I will bring them some fucking confidence if they look a little bit different of where they are sitting at. Because that is one of my problems. When I used to be in the United States, I was all exotic. Okay? I was extremely exotic. Number one, because of my accent. Number two, by the way I looked. Because I lived in a predominantly, Jesus, that is a fucking hard word. But I lived in an area where most people were white. So I looked different. But that could have two different approaches. You either feel extremely cool because you're exotic, or you could feel completely excluded because you don't look like the others. But it all depends on where you go or where you get yourself into. All right? Ooh, but yeah, just remember, if you like painting, people will like you if you do a nice painting. If you like singing, people may like you because you sing well. If you like running, if you like exercising, people may like you by your physical looks. So you can attract people through all sorts of ways. All right. Surround yourself with supportive people. Spend time with people who appreciate you for who you are and not for your looks. Their positive reinforcement can make a big difference. So yeah, just hang out with people who actually appreciate you for who you are, for your personality, and not necessarily for how you look like. This is not a Mean Girls convention. By the way, I hate fucking Mean Girls conventions. By the way, I kind of hate the gay scene because I feel like there are many, many pockets of Regina Georges. And that's why I don't go outside as much. Especially in Rio. The bitches from Rio, oh my fucking God, they are so fucking futile. Big time. Oh, sorry, I need some water. But they're fucking futile as hell. I hate them. I hate bitches from Rio. All right. Practice acts of kindness. Oh, practice acts of kindness. Look at that. What did I tell you earlier? Go help the homeless. Helping others and contributing to the world can foster a profound sense of purpose and satisfaction, which are a major confidence booster. So yeah, acts of kindness. Make a video talking to people to be more confident about themselves, even though if they may not be looking like the beauty standards they are in now. Because that's something that's recurring to me. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Really hard. And maybe you should also help the homeless, because that's going to make you feel good. Why don't you clean an old lady's house? Or why don't you make him some food? Cook somebody a meal. Cooking somebody a meal is one of my favorite things because I don't like cooking. I fucking hate cooking. I only like cooking when I cook for other people, but not when I'm cooking for myself. Can you believe that? True story. Because it comes out with love. Reframe your perspective. Instead of focusing on perceived flaws, try to see your unique features as part of what makes you you. Sometimes what we see as ugly is simply different, and different can be beautiful. As I said, it's just a matter of perspective. Sometimes being a Latino in the middle of a white community is kind of cool because everybody looks at you different. Everybody sees you as that little exotic thing, as long as you don't feel extremely sexualized by everybody around you, just because you may have an uncut dick. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Sometimes being different is cool, and that's okay. It's just a matter of perspective. Embrace imperfection. Nobody's perfect, and trying to be is fucking exhausting. Accepting your imperfections is a sign of maturity and self-acceptance, and you should be completely okay with that. You just gotta accept that maybe your teeth are not that pretty. Maybe wearing glasses are not the best choice for you, but you kind of like the nerd look. Maybe you just don't like working out, and looking like this is completely okay. You just gotta find a different public, right? But if you want to find someone who's in shape, then guess what? You gotta go to the fucking gym, and I have no fucking patience for the fucking gym. Seek professional help if needed. If negative self-perception is significantly impacting your life, do not hesitate to talk to a therapist or a counselor. They can provide the tools and strategy to build self-esteem. Yes. If that's something, if anything I have just told you simply does not fucking work, if you have tried any and all of those fucking options and you cannot get this shit figured out, yeah, maybe it's time to look for a therapist or a counselor, or, even before doing all sorts of surgeries on your face. So just make sure that these are surgeries. This is money that you're spending for things that will actually be helpful for you, and not because you want to be seen a different way for others. Right? When we try to modify our bodies, but not because of others, but because of ourselves. Maybe because it's functional. Maybe because it makes us feel good. You want to have bigger titties and you want to put on some brand new titties. Just go and put on some brand new titties, as long as it's for you and not for others. You want to get a big old butt, a BBL. You want to get a BBL? No fucking problem. Go get yourself a BBL, as long as it is for you and not for others, because it makes you feel good, because it makes you feel better about yourself, right? Because if you do all those things just so you can attract others, guess what? At the moment these people do not look at you the way you expected, then you're gonna have a very, very, very fucking sad reality. All right? All right, let's start closing over here. Let's read the conclusion of this entire video. By the way, guys, I only read the topics. I'm really just making comments as I go. All right. In conclusion, the quest for confidence when you feel ugly, let's put a quote, ugly, is a journey of internal validation and self-acceptance. It's about recognizing that your worth extends far beyond your physical appearance. By focusing on your strengths and cultivating positive talk, investing in yourself and surrounding yourself with good people, you can build a powerful and unshakable confidence that truly shines. That was obviously written by AI. Fuck off. All right. Anyways, guys, if you have been watching this video until the very end, I really do appreciate you for that. Please let me know down in the comments, what takes would you like me to talk about next? And it would mean the world to me if you just drop me a fucking comment. Just write anything in the comments just to pass this video along. If you have an ugly friend and an ugly friend needs to hear anything I'm saying in this video, just fucking share this video. All right. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to drop me a donation, there will be links in the description and my bio down below. Alrighty. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See you next time, bitches.